Hello everyone, I am Dr.S.RAJESWARI, Associate Professor of Economics, A.D.M. College for Women, Nagapattinam. Today we will going to see about the topic unemployment. First see what is the meaning of unemployment. See, unemployment is a situation when a person actively searches for a job and is unable to find work. Okay, there is searches for a job, but there is unable to find the work. That is the meaning of unemployment. See, unemployment, it indicates the health of the economy. That is the development or growth of the economy. See, the rate, unemployment rate has the inverse relationship with the stock market and the inflation. So, it is the inverse relationship between stock market and the inflation. See, next, the unemployment rate is what? It is nothing but the percentage of the labor force without a job. Unemployment rate is the percentage of labor force without any work or without a job. See, unemployment, it is one of the indicator for lagging. It is the indicator for lagging. More unemployed workers mean less total economic production. That means less total economic production. Next, the rate, unemployment rate is the most frequent measure of unemployment. So, the rate is the number of people unemployment. What is the unemployment rate? It is nothing but the number of people unemployed divided by the working population. Okay, or people working under labor force. That is the unemployment rate. Next, unemployment, it also refers to a situation when people are willing to work at existing wage rate, but they are not getting work. People are willing to work, but that is the existing wage rate, but they are not getting work. That is the unemployment. So, it also called unemployment. It also called that is unemployment rate is equal to labor force minus workforce. The another meaning for unemployment rate, see, unemployed workers divided by total labor force into 100. That is the unemployment rate. That is mean what? Unemployed workers divided by total labor force into 100. That is the unemployment rate. So, unemployment, it is a serious economic and social problem of our country. And the India is facing this problem both areas. See, areas urban and rural areas. So, India facing this problem. Which problem? Unemployment problem in rural as well as the urban areas. See, unemployment, it also leads to wastage of manpower resources of a country. That is human power resources of a country. Wastages, human power resources of a country. See, unemployment, it is also responsible for low national income, leaving the society as poor and backward. So, it is the main reason for backward in the economy. So, unemployed people engage in rioting, theft, crimes, and all anti-social activities. So, the people, unemployed workers involved these social anti-evil activities. Okay. Next, what are the types of unemployment in India? So, in India, there are several types of unemployment. That is the type of unemployment we will discuss one by one. First, disguised unemployment. See, what is meant by disguised unemployment? It is a situation when more people are engaged to do work than actually required. That is called disguised unemployment. That is, more people are engaged to do the work than actually required. It is called disguised unemployment. In generally, it is in unorganized sectors or the agricultural sector. So, it is the best example for a disguised unemployment. It is the unorganized sectors and the agricultural sectors. This is an example. And there is a shop which require only 2 persons for handling. That is means what? Only 2 persons are here. But it is if there are 3 servants and 1 owner to look after the job means, then this shows that 2 servants are in the situation of disguised unemployment. Okay, clear. In rural areas, disguised unemployment can be seen in agricultural sector. In rural areas, we can see in the agricultural sector and the unorganized sector. Next, what is meant by structural unemployment? See, the structural unemployment arises when there is mismatch between the workers' skills and the availability of jobs. Okay, clear? There is mismatch between the workers' skills and the availability of jobs in the market. So many people in India do not get job matching to their skills due to lack of required skills, and they do not get jobs, and because of poor education level. So it becomes important to provide them related training. So we should give the adequate training for them. Next example, a clothing manufacturing factory purchases the specialized equipment to enhance the production assembly process. So this technology increases the production efficiency but replaces several assembly workers. So since these workers lack of necessary skills, they become structurally unemployed. That is called structural unemployment. Next, vulnerable unemployment. What is meant by vulnerable unemployment? So people are deemed unemployed under this unemployment. People are employed but informally. That is what? Without proper job contracts, and thus records of their work and never maintained. Okay, records of the workers are never maintained. That is vulnerable. It is one of the main types of unemployment in India. For example, people who work informally without adequate job contracts or other legal protection. That is the best example for this type of unemployment. Next, technological unemployment. See, what is technological unemployment? It is nothing but the situation when people lost their jobs due to advancement in technologies. That is called a technological unemployment. In 2016, the data of the World Bank predicted that the proportion of jobs threatened by automation in India is 69% year on year. That is one of the biggest threat in the Indian economy. That is the technological unemployment. It is nothing but due to advancement of in technologies. That is technological unemployment. Example, when labor saving machines are introduced in the productive process, a firm get rid of workers and produces the same amount of goods than before. Okay, therefore some workers can lose their jobs. Okay, that is called the technological unemployment. Next, cyclical unemployment. It is the cyclical. It is in trade cycle there is a recession and boom like that. The unemployed caused due to the business cycle where the number of unemployed heads rises during recessions and declines with the growth of the economy. So cyclical unemployment figures in India are negligible. Example, what is the example? When construction of workers were laid off during the Great Recession following the financial crisis of in the year of 2008. Next, frictional unemployment. See, this is a situation when people are unemployed for a short span of time while searching for a new job or switching between the jobs. Search for new employment or switching between the jobs. That is the frictional unemployment. It also called the search unemployment, and it is the time lag between the jobs, and it also the frictional unemployment is considered as a voluntary unemployment. Why? Because the reason for unemployment is not shortage of jobs, but in fact of the workers themselves quit their jobs in search of better opportunities or better jobs. That is the frictional unemployment. Example, someone quitting their job to seek new one that offers more pay or better benefits for the present companies. That is the main situation of this type of unemployment. Next, seasonal unemployment. See, when it occurs, the situation of unemployment when people do not have work during certain season or during some season of the year, such as laborers in India rarely have occupation throughout the year. Okay, that is the seasonal unemployment. Example, ice cream factory, agricultural sector. It is the best example for the seasonal unemployment. So, agricultural workers face unemployment during off seasons when there is no need for planting or harvesting crops. That is called seasonal unemployment. So, these are all the types of unemployment. Next, what are the causes of unemployment? See, we will discuss one by one. The first one, the major cause of unemployment in India is large population or heavy population. And next, lack of vocational skills or low educational levels of working population. Next, labor-intensive sectors. See, the labor-intensive sector suffering from the slowdown in private investment, particularly after demonetization. So, next cause is the low productivity in the agricultural sector plus the lack of alternative opportunities for agricultural workers that makes transition among the three sectors difficult to suffer this unemployment. Next cause, the legal complexities like inadequate state support and low infrastructural facilities, financial and market linkages to small business, making such enterprises unavailable with the cost and compliance overruns. Another cause, inadequate growth of infrastructure and low investment in the manufacturing sector. So, it restricting the employment potential of the secondary sector, primary and secondary sector, that is the industrial sector. Next cause, the huge workforce of the countries is associated with the informal sector. Why? Because the lack of required educational skills and this data is not captured in employment statistics. Okay, another one, the main cause of structural unemployment is the employment provided in schools and colleges are not as per the current requirements of the industries. It is the main cause of structural unemployment and regressive social norms that determine the women from taking or continuing the employment. Next, these are all the causes. Next, what are the impact of unemployment? So, the main impact is in any nation having the following effects on the economy. First, the problem of unemployment, and the problem of unemployment it gives rise to problem of poverty. Unemployment leads to poverty. So, the government suffers extra borrowing burden because unemployment causes a decrease in production and less consumption of goods and services by the people. So, the unemployed persons can easily be enriched by the antisocial elements or antisocial activities. So, it makes them lose faith in the democratic values of the country. And another impact, people unemployed for a long time may indulge in illegal and wrong activities for earning money, which increase in crime in the country. And it also affects the economy of the country as the workforce that wouldn't have been gainfully employed to generate resources and actually gets dependent on the remaining or working population. So, it is escalating the socio-economic costs for the state. For instance, there is 1% increase in unemployment, it reduces GDP by 2%. And next impact, it is often seen that unemployed people end up getting addicted to drugs or drug addiction and alcohol or attempts to suicide, it leading to losses to the human resources of the country. Next, what are the measures to solve the unemployment problem? See, one of the important measure is primary concern in the present world. A lot of people are dealing with unemployment. Say, changes in industrial technique. So, this is the main measure to solve the unemployment problem. To solve the unemployment problem, a production technique focusing on the needs and means of the country. Okay. So, what is the main base? Needs and means of the country should be adapted. So, for that, we have to improve the capital intensive technology be replaced by labor intensive technology. Next, dealing with the seasonal unemployment. So, in seasonal unemployment means in the agricultural sector. So, as agro-based and agricultural sectors provide only seasonal employment. See, what are the measures like multi-cropping, animal husbandry, horticulture, plantation, and the horticulture should be adapted. Okay, so also industries like the cotton industry should be promoted. Next, changes in the educational system. So, what is the changes? We need to change the present education system. See, the present education system should emphasize vocational education rather than imparting static knowledge. See, colleges and universities should be available to students who wish to pursue higher education. Next, assistance to self-employment. Most people in India are self-employed, but unfortunately, due to lack of professional knowledge, they are not able to get the desired jobs or desired results. So, therefore, they should be helped by giving technical training and using the raw material properly. Okay. Next, introduction of new governmental measures. So, the government should adapt or should take the initiatives to increase labor productivity and develop better employment opportunities for all. Next, important one, the population control. See, population is one of the major concerns associated with the unemployment rate. So, therefore, the population rate must be checked, especially in rural areas. So, where birth control methods and family planning consideration must be discussed of more things. Next, another government initiative to control unemployment. See, we have to form the several policies have been initiated by the government to reduce the unemployment problem in the economy. So, the policies to reduce unemployment are highlighted one by one. In 1979, the government launched TRISUM, that is training for rural youth for self-employment. What is the main objectives of TRISUM? So, the main objectives of this scheme was to help unemployed youth of rural areas aged between 18 to 35 years to acquire skills for self-employment. Next, the priority under the scheme was given to women and youth belonging to SC and ST category. And also the government launched to IRDP scheme, that is the Integrated Rural Development Program in the year of 1980. What is the main motive of this IRDP scheme? Means to create full employment opportunities in rural areas. And another one, a new initiative was tried, namely RSETI and RUDSECHI in 1982, jointly by Sri Dharmasthala Manjeshwara Educational Trust, Canara Bank and Syndicate Bank. What is the main aim of this scheme or initiatives? To improve the rural development and self-employment training institute was to mitigate the unemployment problem among the youth. And the rural self-employment training institutes are now managed by banks with active cooperation from state and central governments. Next, JRY scheme, that is Jawahar Rojgar Yojana. It was started in April 1989 by merging the two existing wage employment program, that is RLEGP, Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program, and the NREP. So, the National Rural Employment Program on 80-20% cost sharing basis between the state and the central government. Next, that is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act was launched in 2005. What is the main aim? To providing the right to work to people. So, an employment scheme of MGNREGF aimed to provide social security by guaranteeing a minimum of 100 days paid work per year to all the families whose adult members opt for unskilled labor-intensive work. Next, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. It was launched in 2015. The main objectives of this scheme was to enable the youth of the country to take up industry-relevant skill training in order to secure better livelihood. Next one, the government also launched the Startup India scheme in 2016. The aim of the Startup India program was to develop an ecosystem that nurtures and promotes entrepreneurship across the nation. And the Startup India scheme, also launched 2016, it aimed to facilitate bank loans to women and SC/ST borrowers between ₹10 to ₹1 crore for setting up greenfield enterprises. Okay. Next, National Skill Development Mission. It was set up in November 2014 to drive the Skill India agenda in the mission mode in order to coverage the existing skill training initiatives and a combined scale and the quality of skilling efforts with speed. Next, what is unemployment insurance? It is also called unemployment benefits. The state should provide insurance that pays more money to individuals weekly when they lost their jobs and meet certain eligibility requirements. Insured person receives benefit in case they have lost their job. Next, there are many benefits provided to the employees under the Acts of Labor Laws, and the insurance benefits are provided under the Employee State Insurance Act 1948. The awareness of these benefits is very low, and hence the majority of unemployed citizens in India are unable to avail these benefits. So, the main aim of this scheme that provides coverage to unemployed on behalf of the Government of India's Rajiv Gandhi Shramik Kalyan Yojana, that is RGSKY. Next, what are the features of this? The individuals who have 3 years of service under the ESI Act are eligible for availing the benefits of the RGSKY. Next, the allowances are provided for a maximum duration of 1 year, and also the insurance claim is to be made within 6 months of getting unemployed, and there is a provision for medical benefits to the insured person's family during this 24 months. And the allowances provision is as soon as beneficiary gets employed. And who are all eligible for this unemployment insurance scheme? See, lost of job through no fault of his or her own. Next, being able to work, available to work, and actively seeking to work, and have earned at least a certain amount of money during a base period prior to becoming unemployed. Next, what are the economic issues of unemployment? So, the unemployed persons will be consumers when only without being a producer. So, non-utilization of human resources due to unemployment, it involves double cost of maintenance and loss of output. So, unemployment affects economy there is development, demographic changes, educational attainment, gender, wage inflation, and government policies, and also scarcity of resources but unlimited wants. Next, wastage of manpower resources and the feeling of hopelessness and despair among youth, and the people do not have enough money to support their family, and a decline in the health conditions. Next, conclusion. Understanding the concept of unemployment. So it is a multifaceted issues. They impact individuals, families, communities, and the entire economies. Through this exploration, it becomes evident that various factors contribute to unemployment, including technological advancement, economic policies, globalization, and unforeseen contingencies, events like pandemics. Okay, next, technological progress has undoubtedly revolutionized industry, enhancing productivity, but often leading to job displacement. While some argue that automation creates new employment opportunities, the reality is that the skills required for these roles may not match those of the displaced workers, leading to this type of unemployment problem. And economic policies plays a crucial role in shaping the labor market. Government intervention such as minimum wage laws, unemployment benefits, and workforce development programs can mitigate. And unemployment, there is rupees 39 adverse effects. However, it is ineffective policies or political gridlock can exerable. Next, globalization has transformed the labor market by connecting economies worldwide. While this has led to increased specialization and efficiency, it has also intensified competition for jobs, particularly in industrial vulnerable to outsourcing. Moreover, the global economic shocks such as the 2008 financial crisis or the COVID-19 pandemic highlight the interconnections of national economies and their susceptibility to external shocks. And addressing unemployment requires it is a holistic approach that combines economic, social, and educational strategies. Investment in education and retraining programs can equip workers with the skills needed for evolving the industries, reducing frictional and structural unemployment. Moreover, fostering the entrepreneurship and innovation can create new job opportunities and driving economic growth and resilience. Next, furthermore, that is, policymakers must prioritize inclusive economic policies that prioritize job creations and reduce income inequality and ensure social safety nets for those most vulnerable to unemployment. Impacts additionally fostering supportive business environment and promoting workforce diversity and embracing technological advancement responsibility can foster or increase that is sustainable employment growth. Undertaking that is unemployment requires collaborative efforts from government, business, and educational institutions, civil society. By addressing the root cause of unemployment and implementing comprehensive solutions, societies can foster inclusive prosperity and ensure that no individual is left behind in the rapidly evolving global economy. Thank you.